Welcome to Octane Mobile Gaming. Welcome once again to the channel. I am Octane, your host, and today we take a look at possible deck combination. Now I've got 3 combinations that I'm actually running. Not gonna make a long video because I haven't got the ultimate form at the moment. However, I did craft the master collection card. So currently we are looking at my deck that I'm using for the quest map, and this uses turbo. And I chose turbo simply because it creates 6 power gem 6s and it heals for 400% of your recovery. The 1 turn cooldown is the reason why I chose to put this card on the quest combination, because it can activate its battle skill every single turn. Now it's got a passive that will give you an additional 5 power gems as long as you've got 5 power gems on the board when you start the turn, so that's quite nice. Now I've got Immolating Fae, and this one will also give me power gems over 3 turns, so that's quite nice. Exalted Champion is there as well. It will give me 18 power gems over 3 turns as well, so that's quite nice as well. Octane New Guard. So Octane New Guard is quite nice. It creates 6 power gem 6s now and at the start of the next 2 turns. So you got 1 turn when you've got 3 turns where you create power gems, because it's got a 3 turn cooldown. So it creates power gem when you activate the skill and 2 turns after, so you'll get power gems over 3 turns. Flameborn Taurus is a card that's gonna give us a skill. This one is okay. It creates 4 power gem 4s plus 1 more per 150 beast killer intensity. It's quite an old card. It's got that passive on it where you actually store damage, and after 3 turns, 3 attack, you don't store any more damage. So when you activate a battle skill, you actually discharge that damage. It's almost like Steel Force, where we got the deck that turbo comes from, but Steel Force I think is a far better card than Flamebound Taurus. Now the next combination that I'm using uses Faceless, which is a master collection card which I craft, and I believe the master collection card is far more useful than the ultra rare. Ultra rare does create 14 power gem 6s, which is quite good, but this one is quite useful. It converts all non-fire power gems to fire power gems, then it upgrades them to 2 rank higher, then it increases its own damage by 275%. That's quite a lot for 1 battle skill. That comprehensive skill set of skills that it's got in that battle skill is a really good skill set. So the battle skill, I would say, even though it hasn't got any passive, the battle skill is a comprehensive skill set, which makes it really good. Now because it's got the ability to convert all non-fire power gems to fire gems, it makes this card useful. When this card came out, we didn't have any card that could actually convert the whole board or all the non-fire gems to fire gems, because the support card was meant to do this, but the support card was inadequate at converting these gems. Now with the current master collection card, you are able to do this, making this card now very useful. In its event, it was absolute rubbish. Up until today it was rubbish, but today it's actually really good, simply because of the master collection card's ability to convert all non-fire gems to fire gems. So if you haven't got the current ultimate form and you haven't got Flamebound Taurus, but you have got this one, Surprise, surprise, if you got the Master Collection card from the vault, or if you're able to craft just one card, craft the Master Collection card, and you can use Servant of Savagery as the card that's gonna give you your killer skill. If you've got a 1 pink star, you're getting 400% damage increase. 2 pink star, 600. 3 pink star, 800, so on and so forth. But it can be very useful with the Master Collection card. Exalted Champion again, Immolating Fae, and I'm using Octane New Guard. Now, last but not least is the same combination with the exception of Servants of Savagery. I'm using Flamebound Taurus. So I've got Flamebound Taurus and I've actually got Servants of Savagery. Now, if you've got Flamebound Taurus, you can use Flamebound Taurus as the card that's going to give you the killer skill. And you can use Immolating Fae. And Immolating Fae is really good because what it's going to do for you, it's going to remove one buff from the boss. And the bosses are running 2 debuffs. They're running Thorns and they're running Judgment. Judgment is not too bad. Don't worry too much about Judgment. As long as you don't heal, Judgment hasn't got anything over your deck. It won't affect your deck, none at all. Thorns, however, as long as you attack, which you have to attack, it will damage your deck. You'll lose a lot of HP. This one will remove it, and it will also remove 1 debuff affecting each card on your deck. So it will get rid of Weaken. Weaken is one that you do want to get rid of, especially because the current deck, the Master Collection card and the Ultimate Form boost their own damage, so they will be affected by Weaken. So does Octane New Guard. They give you a 80% damage boost, and so does Exalted Champion. So these cards will be affected by Weaken, so you need to dispel Weaken. So those are my 3 combination. We're gonna go to the quest map first, but I haven't got a lot of keys because just started playing, so I didn't farm. So here is Steel Force. I think Steel Force is a nice card. Don't think it's extremely brilliant, but I do think it's quite a nice card to have at hand because it can be useful in certain situations, especially in GVG. Really useful in GVG as long as it can boost its damage output high enough. So we're gonna start first with activating. Well, we have to boost up all, we have to get all our battle skills powered up first before we can actually do anything. We're gonna activate Immolating Fae, Exalted Champion, and Octane New Guards, because these are the cards that are going to give me, and I can activate Turbo as well because it's got a 1-turn cooldown and it has got the ability to give us quite a number of power gems on the board as long as we start with power gems. So we're gonna start with quite a lot of power gems on the board, enough power gems that we can get Crush. Okay, and we're gonna activate Steel Force and we get the nuke damage. We're gonna activate Turbo again and we're gonna swap. Now as you can see, Flame Bound Taurus, I've stored 2 attacks so far and it stored the 3rd, so we are going to activate its battle skill on this turn. So we're going to activate it first. We do get a bit, we activate that one, and we took the boss out. Well, we didn't take the boss out, but this should take him straight out. And that is my quest deck. Now we're gonna go into the guild bosses and we're gonna see what we can actually achieve with the 2 combination that I've got. Let's see the keys that I've got. I haven't got a lot of keys, but I have got keys for the diamond bosses, so I'm gonna do 2 diamond bosses. We're gonna see what these 2 decks are actually capable of, and then I'm gonna end the video there. So first and foremost, I'm gonna use the deck that uses Servants of Savagery, and we're gonna see what it is actually capable of. Now, it's not gonna be a deck that's gonna give you quadrillions of damage. It probably gives you hundreds of thousands of damage, well, trillions of damage, hundreds of trillions of damage, but it's not gonna give us quadrillions of damage. So I'm just gonna activate all the cards, but first, because we're hit with Weaken and Judgment, we're gonna activate Immolating Fate, and then we activate everything else. Look out for the rainbow gems. There's rainbow gems. They've been overridden and they have been upgraded to 2 level higher. Faceless is gonna be our main damage dealer. We just done 162 trillion with Faceless using Servant of Savagery. So that wasn't a bad combination. Total damage output was just under 300 trillion. So that wasn't bad. That one you can use to compete quite nicely within, say, the Kings League or even the Emperor League. In the Legend League, it's going to be a bit more difficult because the Legend League is where you've got most of your spenders. Next up, I'm going to use the one that uses Flamebound Taurus. Flamebound Taurus is giving us 900% damage increase. So we're going to see if the damage from this combination is far better than the damage from the other combination using Servants of Savagery. So we have to pop all our cards because none of our cards are actually producing any power gems on turn 0. So now we're hit with Weaken, so we have to activate Immolating Fate first, and then we activate all the other cards on the deck. And let's see the damage output on this combination. I'm gonna swap those two. Now the deck will be a bit more powerful when I craft the ultimate form and when I get the shiny Master Collection cards. So 137 trillion. So it did do a bit less damage than Servants of Savagery. Well, it did do more damage than Servants of Savagery. This one done over 300 trillion damage. So this one is far more powerful. Simply because it's got more boosts. It's got an extra 500% damage boost coming from the killer skill. So it should be realistically do a bit more damage. Even though these are the combination that I'm showcasing, as I said, do play around with your deck, do try other cards. I did try to use Immortal Killers and use High Performance Unit Area to boost all my my Immortal Fire Commanders, but that wasn't working out as well as I hoped it would. Faceless would upgrade all the non-fire gems created by High Performance Unit Area. However, I wasn't getting the damage from the combination that I really wanted, but I will still try out other combination, other cards. I haven't tried out the arc coming from Arcane Killer direction. I'll try that out when I do get the ultimate form and the second Master Collection card. But if I find a deck that will deal like quadrillions of damage, I will showcase it on Saturday. But until then, this is Octane saying, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks you for watching. If you've got a comment, leave it in the comment section below. If you've got a suggestion, leave it in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and see you soon. Bye for now.